June 17, 9:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. This is it, the big day. Did you get any sleep? Yeah, I went to bed at 1 a.m. also. Oh, what time did you wake up? 3 a.m. God damn it, my bed was made out of rocks. But my voice is a cords of steel. That's only 2 hours, Apollo. But at least you have me. And Mr. Hatch! And the amazing Mr. Hatch! He's not gonna you, kid. Is this Clavia? Good looking today, Apollo. Look, that voice. Oh, no. Good looking today, Apollo. Hey, get any sleep? Mr. Wright! I was going out of my mind with boredom, so I signed myself out early today. Somehow that place makes fake piano playing at the end of Chin past the joint seem almost fun. Trucy, I'm Daddy! What? Daddy, do you know who prosecuted Gavin's witnesses today? Take a guess. Alita? How about Little Plum? That Sherman tank of a mom? Nope, guess again. That's too bad, you know. Speaking of moms, you need to find me a new mummy one of these... It's barely morning and you're already, Trucy. He's like the best dad. Honestly, Phoenix is just amazing. Okay, see, this is why I don't buy their father-daughter relationship. So, Mr. Wright, do you know who the prosecution's witness is? Alita, yeah, your client's fiancé. She's gonna be your witness? But that seems odd. Why would she testify against her own fiancé? You have to wonder what Gavin's up to. Something's going down today, that much is clear. Well, not to worry. I've got my panties back. If we can't find a killer, I'll pull one out there. I'd love to see that. Pulls Edgeworth out of there. No! It's not me! I swear I didn't kill anyone this time! Bloody Edgeworth. Court is now in session for the trial of Walkie-Talkie. You didn't do, like, the view from a front. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution's warmed up, and it's a sold-out house. Very well, to recap. Well, yesterday's witness seemed more guilty than any other party. Guilty of panty snatching. We did find out one thing for certain. There were 3 people in the park at the time of the murder. 4, actually. The witness, the victim, and the defendant. Correct, Head Judge, and today I'd like to do something a little new age. I'd like to take a look at the horrible crime from the outside. The outside? The acquisition of the murder weapon, the preparation for the act. Our poor defendant told all you see. To his betrothed. Betrothed? He's betrothed? His fiancé, Herr Judge. He's partner for life, with no chance for parole. Very well, you may show the lucky lady to the stand. Hey, Alita. Your name and occupation, Fräulein. Alita Tiala, my occupation is future wife. Oh, traditional values, I respect that. Too many brides these days can't even weave baskets blindfolded underwater. Yet you're here today as a witness for the prosecution. To be honest, I didn't want to testify at first. But I couldn't hide the truth. Honesty, another admirable trait. Fräulein, is it true that on the day of the crime, the defendant Walkie-Talkie confessed his plans? His plans for murder? Yes. The witness will please give her testimony to the court. Alright then. It was the day that the family health checkup results came back. When Walkie found out that Dr. Maractus had lied, he flew into a rage. I'll teach him, he said. He took one of the family's pistols. And you already know what happened that night. I just don't see how anyone but Walkie could have done it. So the pistol did belong to the Kitaki family, then? Yes, with regards to this, an investigation is underway at the Kitaki the mansion. On charges of the possession of illegal firearms. The bullet that took the victim's life, was it? Fired from the pistol the defendant procured? Yes, this has been proven. How can you prove something like that? Bullets carry marks from the barrel that fired them, called rifling marks. Rifling marks? Think of them as being a gun's fingerprint, left on every bullet it fires. And when did you first hear about Walkie's plans?
It was the day of the murder. I should have stopped him. I just didn't think he would actually do it.
Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination.
Also, I was thinking about it, and the guy says the bullet's still inside of him. Now, I'm guessing there are x-rays about it, but I'm starting to think there was a bullet in the safe. What if that's the bullet that's meant to be inside Walkie? And maybe these x-ray things were faked? I don't know why they do that. Because that would only cause problems for the people if it was found out. But I'm just trying to think. I think Alita's trying to marry this guy so he'd die soon and she'd get full access. But is there a chance that he's not actually dying? Okay, Walkie's plans. It was the day that the family health checkup results came back.
That was the day of the murder, correct?
Yes, everyone in the family received their checkup results that day. When Walkie looked at his face went so pale. But of course, he had just found out he had a bullet in his chest.
So you were there at the time?
Yes, poor Walkie. When Walkie found out that Dr. Maractus had lied, he flew into a rage.
That must have been quite frightening.
He was furious. He ripped his report up into shreds.
Oh.
Incidentally, I had to request a bothersome chore, but one I performed without complaint. Walkie's at an age where he's hard to control when he loses his temper. Of course, that little bit of instability is so cute.
Great, now he sounds like a psychopath.
I'll teach him, he said. He took one of the family's pistols.
So, is it easy to take a pistol out from the house?
No, really. As soon as a system in place to limit access, but Walkie's a special case, being the next in line. Because his treatment was a bit too special, yeah? Well, maybe he's a bit spoiled. I hear he got amazing presents for his birthday. Last year was a switchblade made out of chewing gum. And chocolate gravestone.
How do you even make that? What? How? How does that make a switchblade? Sounds like he has a taste for sweets and danger. Yeah. The point here being that Walkie had access to a pistol.
And you already know what happened that night.
What happened, meaning the murder?
I tried to stop him, I really did, but Walkie wouldn't listen. Our defender was nothing if not determined, it seems.
The last thing you should do is blame yourself, miss.
I just don't see how anyone but Walkie could have done it.
How can you see that for certain? I won't be surprised if he gets angry near the end of the game and he hits the wall and blood comes out. I won't be surprised if that's an action later on. Or if the wall just shatters. Boom!
Herr Forehead, you will refrain from badgering the Fräulein. It was the defendant, Walkie, was it? Who took the pistol from his home. We know this for a fact now.
I suppose we do.
So how could anyone else have used the pistol to shoot the victim? They could not. Simple logic, yeah?
That does seem to be the case. Does the defense have anything to say regarding this point?
Someone else have used the pistol. There was another.
Based on your testimony, there was clearly another. One other person who had access to that pistol.
What's this?
Interesting. Let's ask the defense then. Tell the court who this other person with access was. So, right? Well, of course, I mean you, Miss Tiara.
Me? But why?
You were quite clear when you told the court you heard about the pistol from the defendant on the day of the murder. In other words, you knew what he was planning.
Let me get this straight, sonny boy. You intend to tell us that this lady stole the pistol from her fiancé? You're unstuck up. You're really, really stuck up, you know. Those pointy hair things, that is for show. You're actually a downer, aren't you? Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. and killed a man in cold blood on his behalf. Maybe it was warm blood. I don't know. I'm not like Emma Sky. Actually, no, it is cold blood. Actually, no, his blood was pretty warm. I tasted it. Tastes more than my sweets. What?
Oh, I gotta stop.
I've heard things. I've heard of people doing strange things for love, but this... whoops.
It does seem a bit unfathomable, to be sure. I'm all for romance and for supporting your partner in life, to be sure. But I think I would hesitate at murder. I hope you do more than hesitate. But what if in a different connection could be proven? A connection between the witness and the victim. We might find that she has had a personal motive beyond wanting to help her fiancé.
That would put things in a slightly different light. What possible connection are you suggesting here? You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that the police never looked inside that safe.
I have evidence showing a connection between the witness, Miss Tiala, and the victim. Yeah, these. That looks like a medical chart. Found inside a safe at the Maractus Clinic. I'd like to draw the court's attention to the names written on the chart. What? Miss Tiala, whatever. Why is your name on his chart? Ooh. Will care to explain the meaning of this, Miss Tiala?
I'm not sure what you mean by meaning, Mr. Justice. Wasn't there like a line in I think it's in the original Ace Attorney, where it's like what is it with trying to figure out meanings? Or maybe that was Danganronpa. Yeah, I think Monokuma kept on trying to ask, why are you always trying to figure out meanings and things? It's like, shut up. I was on staff at that clinic until half a year ago. It was boring, so I quit.
Wow, that face looks really weird.
That's all. Is there a problem with that?
Miss Tiala, you testified that you had no connection to the victim.
And I don't, now.
Now?
I quit half a year ago, didn't I? So there's no connection. Let me guess, you're the kind of guy who can't rest until he knows every last detail of his girlfriend's past. Am I right?
Well, that's not true at all. Why, I embrace the ones I love, lost flaws and all. There's no connection now. It doesn't fly in a court of law.
Doesn't fly? But I fly everywhere. I'm like Maximum Galactica. Maximilian? Maximilian.
She's one tough nut. She probably feels right at home with the Katakis. You left your job at the Maractus Clinic, true, but you remain connected somehow. Very well, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that proves the witness is still connected to the Maractus Clinic.
The slippers.
Well, I suppose I could see...
Yeah, forehead, this trail you think you have found it doesn't lead to the truth. Nor to a long career in the legal profession, yeah?
Gee, thanks.
Perhaps you will allow me to do the honors.
Why not? Might be nice for a change.
Most excellent. Let's rock! Oh, what?
Oh, goddammit, that was cool, though. I'll take the usual penalty next time, thanks. That was cool. I don't mind that. Very well, Mr. Justice, try again. Show us evidence that proves the witness is still connected to the Maractus Clinic.
These? Okay. But the slippers had a print in it too. Oh, but I guess it's like we know these were given to her. They're yours, aren't they? Ah! Well, who knows? I'm sure there are lots of people with those sandals. So sorry for them, but your act isn't working. Your moment of hesitation does not cost you. What's with you? I thought you were on my side. Perhaps you are unaware that toes leave toe prints. A simple analysis of these sandals will reveal all. Well, now you see your true colors. I was willing to cooperate with you from the beginning. I just wanted you to help get Waki back on the straight.
This court thinks you need to worry less about Waki and more about yourself.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen, don't worry.
Sounds as though we need to hear a bit more about your story. Which means you were there on the day of the murder.
Well, there's a little point in denying it.
Very well, the witness will now tell us about this visit. Why did you go to the Maractus Clinic that day?
Yes, I'm getting to her. I did go to the clinic that day, my first time in half a year since I quit in January. I went to warn him after all. I knew Walkie had the pistol. The doctor always was a timid man, too timid to admit his own mistake. Why else would I have got in? I'm not hiding any dark secrets.
Okay. I didn't read that last part. One of the challenges to be careful is an old friend, I think it said? The mistake we heard about from the defendant. The botched operation.
He was a timid small man, but I never wished him harm. I just thought I should let him know, you know?
That does make sense.
Yes, but there is still one thing which does not.
What's that, Prosecutor Gavin?
The sandal left in the lobby, of course. We can assume she wore these sandals to the clinic, yeah? Then why did she not wear them home? If it were me, I would have worn them home.
I would have worn those sandals too.
So why were the sandals left behind?
Yeah, exactly. Ugh.
There's probably a good explanation for this, right, Miss Talia? So, for instance, there happened to be a similar pair of sandals there which you wore home by mistake. Actually, it's right. I'm impressed, Mr. Gavin. Oh, it's nothing. There, after all. There is, after all, no other possible explanation, yeah, forehead.
Oh, what the? No fair. He's filling the holes in her testimony. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Alright.
I did go to the clinic that day, my first time in half a year, since I quit in January.
Around what time did you go to the clinic?
I don't remember exactly, but it was after 9:30, I think.
And that was after the first time you had contacted Dr. Miraculous in half a year.
Of course it was. He wasn't the kind of boss you made friends with.
So why did you go to the clinic that day?
I went to warn him, after all. I knew Walkie had the pistol.
Did you want Dr. Miraculous to run away?
Well, after I failed to stop Walkie, I thought that was the only way to avoid the problem.
Couldn't you have called? Why go in person?
I called several times that evening, but no one was in. The victim was busy driving home until after 9 p.m. that night, remember? That was proven by this mirror yesterday, yeah? I thought if I warned him, he would run away for sure. Knowing the doctor. The doctor always was a timid man, too timid to admit his own mistake.
You mean the act of malpractice on Walkie, correct?
If he had just told Walkie the truth in the beginning, none of this would have happened.
True, that operation was the start of this whole affair.
Oh, of course, if he told me, he might have been erased by the Katakis much earlier.
A disturbing thought.
We know that the Miraculous clinic had ties to the Kataki family. He probably couldn't have gone to the police even if he wanted to. That's why I knew I had to warn him. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets.
No dark secrets, eh?
Why, look at me however you want, Mr. Justice. You won't find a thing.
She's hiding something, I know it. Must have some evidence that proves it, too.
You're free to think whatever you like. I went to that clinic with only one thought in mind.
Of course you did.
I wanted to tell him to be careful, as an old friend.
But then you'd be betraying Walkie, wouldn't you?
No, I did it for him. She went to warn him so that her fiancé would not have to commit such a crime, yeah? I didn't want them to take my Walkie away.
There's no way she went to that clinic just to warn him.
Do you know why she went, Apollo?
Trying to figure out what really happened in that clinic and fast. Alright then. So I want to go to number 4. And then... I believe it's this, because she kept this a secret. Objection! This child was found inside a safe in the doctor's office. Oh, wait. Maybe she wanted this? Maybe that's why she went there? I don't know.
Yes?
Wow, there's one sharp bee in that safe. Miss Tiala, you know why I was, don't you?
And maybe she was the one that broke in?
Mind filling me in?
Dr. Miraculous didn't have the leisure of making mistakes. That's why he wrote up a false report and kept the truth locked away. Bad air, Doctor.
And this is why you came in, Miss Tiala. The nurse who filled this chart was you, which means you knew about Walkie's failed operation. Interesting. You were in the same position as Dr. Miraculous. Kinda makes it hard to claim no connection, doesn't it?
You're bold for a novice, I'll give you that. Mr. Justice, you must know I was only a nurse. The doctor is responsible for the child's contents.
This job business seems to be quite important. Please amend your testimony accordingly.
Too bad, literal attorney.
There it is. She's holding her hands, and I think one of her hands is moving a little. My bracelet's reacting again.
What is it, Apollo?
I felt my bracelet vibrate a little.
Your bracelet?
Just like yesterday, like you said. When a witness is unsure about something, the nervous habit gives him away.
But I can't see anything, Apollo.
Ugh. Then what's my bracelet reacting to?
Wait, maybe... Yes, that has to be it.
What has to be it?
Your senses, Apollo. They must be sharper than mine.
Huh?
I can't see it, but you can sense it.
I don't know about that, Trucy. I don't have some kind of special power or anything.
Listen to me, Apollo. There's a weak point somewhere in Miss Tiala's testimony. But we don't know what her nervous habit is.
Well then, what do we do?
You have to perceive it yourself, Apollo, with your eyes and your senses.
Then it's up to me and my bracelet. I don't know why, but the bracelet helps. Somehow touching it helps me focus. Let's give it a shot and bring down the testimony.
Why would I go to the clinic now for a half-a-year-old chart?
Oh, she's moving it. Here we go.
Gotcha! Go to the clinic now.
Why go to the clinic for a half-year-old child now, you ask? But you know, why would you go now, don't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was quite clear, Miss Tiala, you have a nervous habit. The moment you say the word now, you used your right thumb to fiddle with your ring.
What?
She was unsure, I saw it. Now, that's the key word. The child wasn't a part of your past. It was a clear and present threat.
That's ridiculous. Why, if that were... Oh, if the Katakis had found out that she was the doctor in charge and she didn't get it out, she would be killed because of it. She wanted to get all threats done from the Katakis. And I would have had 6 months to do something about it.
Indeed.
Eh?
Which means something happened quite recently. Something to make that child a problem for you now. Got her on the ropes, now I can feel it. Time to strike the killing blow with evidence. Miss Tiala, there's no use trying to hide it. The child became a threat to you now because of this.
Is it the checkup report?
June 14, metallic object found near heart. They would have asked to see the report, right? The Katakis are trying to get out of the business. The health checkup this month was the first ever. What did you think when you heard about this?
Nothing. Why should I think anything?
Oh, I would think you were positively beside yourself, because you were afraid. You knew what Waki's chest X-ray would reveal. A full half-year had passed since the operation. You thought you were home free. When the child came back to haunt you. Oop. Whoa. That's all, Your Honor. Well. Oh my god, are you Phoenix Wright in some kind of weird uniform? Yes. I am the new Phoenix Wright. Plus of his mask, and it's actually Phoenix. And the other Phoenix is actually Apollo, but an old man stolen his name. Instead of having two pointy hair things, he actually just has one, and that's actually his erection. It's like, what the hell? I'm a horny old man. Come on, give me a break. What What the hell? God damn it. What just happened? Did the witness just admit to lying? God damn it, Apollo. What's that bracelet? Gimme. No. No!
I sensed it. There was a great aura emanating from her forehead. Very cool. So the lady was lying, it seems.
That's correct. She said she had no connection to the Maractus Clinic. Oh, that was Clavey talking, sorry. A bit too... But her connection was deep indeed, a bit too deep. So deep. She'd be finished. Isn't that right, Miss Tiala?
You guessed it.
Yeah, when you hit someone while they're nervous, they open up a bit easier. Order! I mean, unless you trained. I'm not gonna get into that talk there. I did have broker testimony.
Amazing, Apollo, I didn't see it at all. Daddy was right about you. It's funny how her ring was actually covered with a text box. I wonder if that was on purpose. Like, it's her ring that was being messed with, but you couldn't see it properly because it was under the text box, and so words were piling over it. Maybe that was on purpose. I don't know. And also, she wasn't actually touching her ring, she was just messing with it from behind. Well, I mean, that's as kind of touching it, but she didn't have all her fingers around it.
Miss Tiala!
It's true, that shot was bad news for me. That's why I went to meet the doctor that day. But that's all. I told him about Waki and went home.
God damn, stop beating things up.
It appears the cross-examination is far from over.
But what?
She heard the truth from us. This is clear yet. It is not clear that this truth has anything to do with the case at hand.
Very well, the witness will add to her testimony, and we'll have a bit more cross-examination. Ugh, so close.
You're still close. Keep on her.
Okay.
Nothing happened at all. I warned him and left.
Okay. So let's go to a last one. This one. Nothing happened.
Then why the fuck is there a bullet in the safe?
You say nothing happened in the doctor's office. I disagree. Take a look at this.
What's that? It looks like a squished up ball of clay. Kinda like you, actually.
This bullet was found in the Maractus Clinic office. Something did happen in that office, Miss Tiala.
Enough of this joking around. The police investigated that clinic.
Oh, but this was stuck inside the doctor's safe.
Inside the safe? Guess the police didn't check that far. But there is a problem. How can you say that bullet was fired on that day?
Weren't you the one who explained rifling marks to us? The pistol was taken from the Kataka mansion that day. The marks in this bullet match the murder weapon, and that proves a firearm was discharged in the office on the day of the murder.
Not bad, hair forehead. Very cool.
Bailiff, have this bullet analyzed immediately.
Yes, Archie.
30 minutes later, a report arrives. The rifling marks on both bullets are identical. He's gonna be pissed. Well, it seems as though the bullets in the safe were fired from the murder weapon. Perhaps the defense would like to state their position. The bullets in the safe prove one fact. The pistol was fired in the office on that day, and at the time of the firing, the safe was open. The safe which contained the top secret shot. Do you think someone was threatening Dr. Maractus in order to open the safe? Only one person was in a position to do such a thing. Our witness, Alita Tiala. Order! Mr. Justice, where are you going with this? Are you accusing the witness? Alita Tiala knew about Waki Kataki's botched operation. She got engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as the bullet remained in his chest, his days were numbered. What if she married him and then the bullet finally reached its destination? Oh, what?
That reminds me. Apparently the Katakis have been asserting themselves in lawful business practices. They're making quite a great deal of money. A fortune, if you will.
Various! So she planned to marry him just to get her hands on the fortune.
Oh. You keep talking trash about Alita, and I'll sue you, lawyer man.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you said you'd abuse my Alita.
I think you mean accuse.
Same difference, we can't ever. She's mine. It was me, I shot the doctor, me. He left me to die, so I left him too to die. I asked him to die too, there in the park.
Walkie. Just cool down for a second.
You keep your hands off my Alita, or I'll...
Miss Diala.
I'm sorry, it's been so long since I've laughed so hard.
Something funny?
Walkie, wake up and smell reality.
Oh, they actually transitioned. Alita, baby.
Signature on the chart, the engagement. I mean, come on, it's so obvious. Even for a brainless, spoiled brat such as yourself.
Alita.
Alita! Your honesty is like a breath of foul air, Fräulein.
I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, by the way.
Fräulein. Hey, I wasn't getting out of this clean anyway.
So the family fortune is what you're really after.
That's right, I wanted the money.
No way, that's whack.
I ain't trying to hear that. Should have done the wedding earlier. Oh well. By the way, can I ask you a question?
Who, me?
I believe you said you were going to abuse me?
Accuse.
Of what crime, might I ask?
I'm
a bad girl, sure. I get close to that brat because I wanted money. But he was the one with the pistol. He could have fired it into the safe after I've already left.
What?
I would never do a thing like that. It was definitely that silly brat.
Wait, but...
What are you talking about?
Trucy.
You had the most to lose if that child was found. But I didn't have pistol, did I? Well, you could have taken Mr. Walkie's. You'd think he'd have mentioned that, no? All I've heard him say is, it was me, I shot him.
It's only because he's trying to protect you.
Sad to intrude in this lovely conversation. But the two of you are forgetting one critical point. What? What point? Suddenly the Fräulein wanted the chart. You assume she threatened the doctor into opening that safe, but then... Wouldn't she have taken the chart? Oh. You see, that chart wouldn't have been left in that safe.
He's right.
She didn't know the passcode, though.
Miss Diala.
Yes?
It is clear to this court that you are not a very good fiancé.
Oh, I'm flattered. Ah, Judge, gotta marry me this time, and I'll take all your money.
It's like hypnotic guys. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, come over here. With my bundles of cash just right in front of me, and I'm not even going to look at you while you make out with me.
Oh, good, that's what I like.
Perhaps it's time you told us the truth. Tell us about yourself, including your actions and whereabouts on that day. Don't forget. Don't forget. Oh, wait. It said judge there. I think it was meant to say Apollo. Don't forget, we're proving that you were at the Miraculous Clinic on the day of the crime.
Yes, I went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor. I wanted that job, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't need that proof I stole that pistol, do you? And that brat was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Miraculous was shot in the temple or not.
You went back later?
The child was dangerous, you understand? I needed to get rid of it, that's why I went that day. But you couldn't get the chart then, could you? And later that night, Dr. Miraculous was shot. I heard about the shooting, waited a day, but then I had to go back. No easy feat with the cops all over the place.
That was you? Ah, yes, I thought so.
Apollo! That sound, it came from behind the door.
Someone's in there. A break-in. They left through the window. So you were the burglar.
That was you two? If only I had one more minute. Then I could have opened that safe and gotten the charge.
What? That's trespassing. I'm brazen at that.
Oh, is this a trial for trespassing now? Besides, you can't blame a girl for wanting to protect herself. They're gangsters, you know.
In any case, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination. Admitting this little crime to avoid the big one, eh?
Okay. Yes, I went to that clinic that day to speak to the doctor.
Why that day?
That bro was uncontrollable, he was ready to kill. And now I'd bring in the police, and that child would become evidence. And I'd be hung out to dry. But the police didn't check the safe, did they?
Well, they thought the crime scene was that park.
I'll make sure the responsible parties feel the heat. Such sloppiness won't be tolerated, yeah?
I'm kind of thankful for that sloppiness myself, actually.
I wanted the chop, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later.
Later?
When I heard what happened, well, I was too scared to do anything that day. So I waited until the day after, the 16th, was it? Of course, you and that meddling kid had to get in my way.
But when did Mr. Marrectus? It was clearly dangerous for him. He could have burned it down.
Because he's a coward. The child was his insurance.
Insurance?
My signature on that child, to be more specific. That made sure I couldn't betray him. Oh, blackmail. Okay. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You didn't have proof I stole that pistol, do you?
But you could have stolen. Could have stolen it.
Could have? Is this some new definition of proof?
Well, ask Walkie. He'll tell us.
Matt, I remind you, this is a cross-examination. You might want to keep your baseless theories to yourself.
Oh, he's right, isn't he?
And that brat was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Marrectus was shot in the temple or not.
Yeah, but,
But what? You have nothing to say? This case is over. It was over the moment the brat was seen in the park. What's the point of dragging it down any further? Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Marrectus was shot in the temple or not.
The doctor was shot in the right temple, yes.
So it seems. Let's review the facts again, shall we? If the kill is shot from this location, the bullet would have struck our victim square in the forehead. However, the entry wound was in the right temple.
Yes, we had testimony on this yesterday. At the time of the shooting, the witness was standing here. Just before the gun was fired, he shouted. The victim turned his head to look, and he was shot. No, it was the other way around, wasn't it? But that testimony was proven to be a lie. Egregious panty snatcher, Mr. Stickler, did witness the crime, but he was standing to the north, next to the trash can, where he tossed those panties. If Mr. Stickler shot it from this location, the bullet couldn't hit his right temple.
Silly, silly attorney.
What?
Do you remember what you had for breakfast this morning? Do you remember,
Trucy?
I always have a glass of milk for breakfast. What matters is one thing. The doctor was shot in his right temple. If that's the case, there can only be one explanation. The panties guy was mistaken.
But his location was proven. You can't write that off him being mistaken.
Then why don't you show us here, forehead?
Show you what?
Must I explain everything? Very well, let's recap.
God damn it, stop recapping things.
If the witness panties guy was standing to the north, then where was the shooter standing? From what location did the killer shoot the victim?
But wait, if the witness was standing there, how could anyone shoot the victim in the right temple?
I merely laid out the facts for us. It is up to the one possessing the shiny forehead to show us.
If you can.
If you can, that is.
Walkie-talkie was standing at the killer mark. Wesley Stickler at the witness mark. Of course, Pell Marrectus was at the victim mark.
Yeah.
Let's hear what the defense has to say. Where is the killer standing?
Someplace else, I believe.
As the facts stand now, we can't explain this crime. We are contradicting ourselves at some point. But I know why. The real killer shot from an entirely different location.
What are you talking about? I don't see any other place.
Apparently Mr. Justice does. Let's hear it. Where in the park did the killer shoot the victim from?
It's down to raise the roof. And the stakes. Penalties are such frightening things, don't you think? But what if they were a bit more terrifying?
Oh.
Like so. I love that.
Double penalty?
Our forehead wishes to take us in a new direction. Then he must be ready for the challenges ahead.
Challenge accepted. It's just his time.
Are you sure, Apollo?
The key to the witness is the witness, Mr. Stickler's testimony. If we believe that and we know where he stood, and the victim turned where he shouted, there's only one place the killer could have been. The killer shot the victim from here.
Here? Is this gonna be like Trial 1 again?
I believe we all owe a debt of gratitude to Miss Alita Tiali. Tiala.
Well, what do you mean?
Thanks to you, we had a chance to review the crime. And this time, we're all prepared. We know that Wesley Stickler was telling the truth. We should have listened to him from the beginning.
How? Oh, is she inside the stand? Is that possible? Hang on. Let me have a look at something. Can you go inside of it? Yeah, you can. There's a drape thing there. And where's the entrance? I can't tell where the entrance is to this thing. But I do feel like she was actually in there. Oh, and that's why one of the balls dropped off, I'm guessing, but was someone snuck in there? Wesley Stickler was standing next to the trash can when he saw two men.
He shouted just as he told us in his testimony. And the victim turned to look in his direction. Shot was fired. The victim was hit in the right temple. Oh no! Oh yes. Which direction was his right temple facing at that moment? Towards the noodle stand. That's right. Order, order, order! So you're saying the killer was inside the noodle stand?
Objection! Let's think about this a little bit more, shall we? You say the killer was inside the noodle stand, which would mean the victim, Mr. Maractus, came to the park, wheeling his own murderer in the car behind him. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. To think you'd notice if you were pulling someone along.
There's something we should worry about before that. Why was he pulling the noodle stand in the first place?
Let's deal with our problems one at a time, shall we? Someone was hiding in the stand. We have not come this far and talk about possibilities. Let's talk about the proof, baby. Show us evidence that proves someone was in that stand.
Can I prove that? You want evidence that someone was in that stand?
Well, I've got it. I've got it right here.
Got it right here.
Intriguing, let's see.
Intriguing, let's see what you got.
I'm so addicted to the Calavia voice for some reason. Slippers. Slippers, right? Yeah, because I was outside the noodle stand. Maractus Clinic. And that cover with paint. These slippers were found in a trash can near the crime scene. And
a single slip print was found at the scene. Right next to the noodle stand. Oh, Miss Tiala, your toe print was found in the left slipper. Oh, and by the way, that green, which is actually nothing. Never mind, I was just trying to point more contradictions. In other words, this is proof you were inside that noodle stand.
Ah! God damn, sorry, my throat is really hurting. Yet there was only one slipper mark found at the scene. Can this be called a footprint in good faith?
Observe the diagram. The park pathway runs right next to the slipper mark. The slipper wouldn't leave a trace on a cobblestone path.
Yet you still cannot say this is a footprint, yeah?
Why not?
You have an impression left by a single slipper. What if it was on the stand and simply fell to the ground?
That's just dumb.
One more thing. A noodle stand is typically cluttered with the tools of the noodle-making trade. There's no room for a person to ride in there.
You have a point. Could someone have hidden in that stand?
Polo, I think I might be onto something. I think I figured out one of our pieces of evidence. In order to make room in that stand, some things would have to be...
Yeah, the ball. Well, Mr. Justice, you have proof that someone could have hidden in that stand. I can prove the one thing. Someone did scheme to clear space in that stand. This is the noodle ball from the Sol and Eldun's Noodles noodle stand. Yes, and what about it? We discovered a large quantity of these balls yesterday.
Oh, I didn't actually notice that! In the lobby of the Maractus Clinic. Oh, I didn't even notice that! Wow!
A large quantity of noodle balls in the victim's clinic. Mr. Eldun was very clear about these balls.
Well, I don't care who did it. Without that stand, I'm finished.
All my noodle balls are in there too. Except he looks completely different without the bowls of noodles on his head. Yet the balls were removed. That night, there was space inside that noodle stand. Space created at the Maractus Clinic, no less. Right around that time that you were there, Miss Alia. Alita.
I don't listen to any more of these wild fantasies. No, not fantasies. The worst lies in the spoiled brat's pickup lines. Ha!
Well, I'd like to remind the witness of our current status. This court does not consider you entirely innocent.
Show me an innocent. I'll show you a fairy tale.
In any case, the defense has somehow made its point. The witness had both a motive and an opportunity to kill Dr. Maractus.
More fairy tales. The whole trial is a fairy tale.
And please pull us back down to reality, Miss Tiala. I'm giving you the one last chance to explain yourself. This is it. Why was Dr. Maractus pulling that stand tonight? And what was Alita Tiala doing inside? Time to get to the bottom of this case. Alright, Tiala's explanation.
That night, I went to ask Dr. Maractus for the chart. I had no intention of ever letting that chart fall into the Kataki family's hands, but Dr. Maractus didn't understand. For some reason he thought the Katakis had sent me. So I gave up and went home. All I did was talk to him.
Really? You knew about the botched operation, so you tried to get rid of the chart to save yourself.
I won't make excuses. And I did warn the good doctor. I gave him a good chance. I told him that brat got his health checkup report, and that he was coming to settle the score.
I see. Very well, Mr. Justice. Begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. This is the last testimony. Either I perceive the truth or it's over. That night I went to ask Dr. Maractus for the chart. So, you did go to steal that chart?
Were you listening? I said I asked him for it.
The victim was a man in good health. I don't see how he could have coerced himself.
True, it would have been possible without a pistol.
But what if she did have a pistol?
I'll admit I wanted that chart, that much is true. My reason was simple. I had no intention of ever letting that chart fall into the Kataki family's hands.
Sorry. Very good. Certainly would have put a damper on your wedding plans, I'd say.
Not only that, if the Katakis had gotten that chart, I'd probably be with Dr. Maractus now, pulling that great noodle stand in the sky. It seems our witness was in a fix as well. Who would have wanted to die pulling a noodle stand? When I die, it will be by disappearing mysteriously.
Wait, what? Can we be a little less morbid, please?
Cece, I needed that chart.
Oh, okay. No, I need to reread that. I don't understand what that said. Hang on. When you die, what happens?
When I die, it will be by disappearing mysteriously in the middle of a magic act.
Oh no, I don't want you to die, though. Oh no.
But Dr. Maractus didn't understand. For some reason he thought the Katakis had sent me.
Hold it! He didn't understand.
He wouldn't listen to a word I was saying. The moment he saw me, he started to tremble. Huh. I thought, what a sad excuse for a man.
Please don't smile like that anymore. It's creepy.
He was practically delusional.
Oh, I just noticed something.
But there's a normal pose where her fingers are together, like a Mr. Burns from Simpsons thing. And then there's when she's worried, one of the fingers go down to touch her ring. Okay, I get it. For some reason, he thought the guitar keys had sent me. So I gave up and went home.
He sent you.
He thought the guitar keys had sent me to get the chart. It makes some sense. You were their son's fiancé. Don't make me laugh. The guitar keys sent me. They don't play that way. If they'd known about that chart, they would have gone in there with their guns blazing. But I couldn't convince the trembling doctor otherwise. So I gave up and went home. All I did was talk to him.
If that was really all that happened, what were all the noodle balls doing there?
How should I know? There weren't any balls when I went knowing that much. And why don't you let me be and go look for the old killer someplace else, alright?
Do I detect uncertainty there? This is my last chance.
Apollo, any word from your bracelet?
Yeah, actually. Failed to respond.
I couldn't see a thing. It's up to you, Apollo.
Time to perceive the truth. Here comes justice.
Okay. So, let's have a look. Damn it, I didn't mean to go that far. Okay, her hand's up there, so that's a little curious. But it also does it for this one. I'll do this. I don't believe she went home. So I gave up. And went home. All I did was talk to him. Oh, she's messing with it.
Gotcha!
All I did was talk and lie.
Well, what? Show me proof!
Pretty sure about this one. I think I'm getting the hang of this. Little slip in confidence and they give it all away. The proof is you, Miss Tiala. All I did was talk to him, you claim. Yet you can't hide your own nervous twitch when you say those words.
My twitch? What are you talking about?
So they do have different lie things. You have a habit of scratching the area of your neck around the edge of your scarf.
What?
This is working better than I hoped. Her unconscious actions tell the truth she won't say. Habits and lies. 2 dots. Connect the dots and find the truth.
Don't look at me like that. I just told you the truth.
It seems that when you recall what really happened in that office, you can't keep your hands off your neck, can you? Seems that nervous habits are unconscious reactions that manifest when someone is trying to hide something. You can't hide behind your scarf, Miss Tiala. Something happened between you and the victim in the Maractus Clinic office. And I've got proof that shows exactly what happened.
Do I? Oh wait, no, the lamp, right?
Yeah.
You tried hitting him with the lamp, I'm guessing.
What's that? You're touching your scarf again. There's something unusual about this lamp. The bulb is broken, and there's a red splotch in the cord. Seeing how you hide your neck, I think I can come up with a plausible explanation for the lamp's state.
Well, spit it out. This talking in circles nonsense is killing me.
Very well. The answer is very simple. Miss Alita, please remove your scarf.
Oh, was she hit? I think she was hit with something, like the cord? This is the trial to determine what happened in the park. Yet we seem to have drifted off target.
We'll find out soon enough if we're drifting. As soon as the witness removes her scarf.
I won't do it. It's insane. I'm an unrelated third party. So you can't order me to remove.
Miss Tiala, I'm afraid you've forgotten what's already been proven.
What?
You're hardly unrelated. Come on, you're a little whore. You try getting the money of gangsters. You are the biggest criminal here. You're a criminal against the criminal syndicate. Does that make sense? Please remove your scarf.
No!
Come on, remove it. I knew it. So I was right, wasn't I, Miss Alita Tiala?
Yep. She was strangled with it. This isn't what
what I think it is. Something did happen that night at the Miraculous Clinic. You needed to get that chart back no matter what it took. Even if you had to steal your fiancé's pistol to do it. But wait, looking at this lamp in the witness's neck. Looks like the very opposite happened. Exactly. The victim in the clinic that night was this witness specifically. You tried to threaten Dr. Maractus and he attacked you. That's what happened at that night at the Maractus Clinic. Oh. Wings. That's crazy. Order, order, order! Will someone please tell me what really happened?
I told you the truth already. I went to the clinic that night to warn Dr. Maractus. That gangster knows everything. He's coming for you. Looks like my clinic's seen its last patient. We have to get rid of that chart. Quick, open your safe. Give it to me. So you can save your own skin? What? I know what you're up to. You want in with the family. And if they see that chart, you're finished. Leaving me holding the short straw. But if I'm going down, I'll want some company. You.
And what happened next?
He jumped at me and knocked me to the floor. Then, he took that cord. Balmaractus was serious, deadly serious. He really tried to strangle me. I must have blacked out. Oh, Fräulein. Holy shit, motherfucker!
Oh, God! So you were the victim.
And the red splotch in the cord was your lipstick.
Oh.
I don't remember. That's why I don't bring it up. There, are you happy now?
Ugh.
I was out cold, almost killed. And you claim I then snuck into that noodle stand. But how could I? Oh. 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 Okay. Oh, I get it. It isn't that big, but she obviously blacked out, but then she woke up in the noodle stand. So obviously, Dr. Maractus had put her unconscious body in the noodle stand, started walking it out. But why? What was he going to do with it?
One thing is clear. We now know what really happened in the Maractus Clinic. And it would seem that our victim was not entirely without blame himself.
I'm sorry. I get so nervous just thinking of it. It's hard to breathe. I've told you everything. Can I go home now?
You bear some responsibility for events that day, true. Yet if you were also... Skull would owe you some sympathy. Well, Mr. Justice, I believe this clears up the remaining questions for Ms. Talia. When did this happen? Suddenly, everyone's sympathizing with her.
I don't know what to think anymore, Apollo. I mean, is that it? Do we know everything that we need to know about Miss Tiala?
Very well, that finishes the cross-examination of this.
Not so fast, this party's just getting started.
Now we rock! What?
Those spikes in your head are softer than they look. Or do they not have the stomach to go all the way?
Prosecutor Gavin.
Balmaractus choked Alita Tiala. She fell unconscious, but what happened next? He's right, there is more we don't know.
But she was choked hard enough to leave that mark. She would have been out for a while.
Even still, what if it was her in that noodle stand?
Alita Tiala half dead, and a bullet fired from inside their noodle stand.
What if that's all true? We might have already figured out what truly happened that night.
Miss Alita Tiala, we're not through with you just yet.
You really want to blame me for this murder, don't you? You too, Prosecutor Gavin? Me, Fräulein? I only wish to know the truth.
You like the evil version of Phoenix Wright. You want to know the truth, but you're a prosecutor. Then again, prosecutors aren't necessarily evil, so it's not like you're the evil Phoenix Wright, you're just the opposite. Well, let's go back over what we learned just now. On the day of the murder, Rocky saw his checkup report, from which he learned about the bullet still inside him. So, he took a pistol from the family stash with the intent to give Dr. Maractus some of his own medicine.
And Miss Tiala heard about this from Waki, so she went to the Maractus clinic ahead of him, in order to get rid of the chart with her signature.
But then something happened.
Sounds like you figured it all out. But remember, I was the victim. I was out cold.
But what about Dr. Maractus?
That does seem to be the problem. He had just strangled Alita Tiala. Perhaps he thought to death. What did he do after the crime?
Oh, he was trying to dispose of the body. Okay. And he can't use his car for some reason. I don't know why he didn't use his car.
I was just knocked out, not dead.
From the state of the clinic and the scene of the park.
Or maybe it's because they were looking for a car that had been in an accident, and so he couldn't risk it. I think it's clear what the good doctor did next. Well, hair forehead, care to guess?
Well, Mr. Justice, what did Dr. Maractus do?
Maybe he didn't think it had killed Alita Tiala. Do I have evidence to show what he did next? Yeah, the noodle stand, right? I keep going one too far.
Dig that! As his next move, Dr. Maractus stole Guy Aldun's noodle stand.
What, killing me disturbed him that much? So much he randomly stole the noodle stand?
It wasn't so random. Remember all the bowls in the clinic's foyer? Bowls that belonged inside the stand? I think it's pretty obvious, don't you? The stand was at the clinic. However, the question is, why did he remove the bowls?
Maybe because the stand was heavy?
Or he wanted to put something in the stand in that place. Oh! Wait, you don't mean? I do. Dr. Maractus did replace those bowls with something. Your corpse, Miss Tiala.
My corpse?
Dr. Maractus panicked. He thought he'd killed you.
His next move would be to dispose of the body. That's crazy talk. You're all crazy.
Then let's think about it, logically. The doctor had a place to dispose of you in mind, but on his way there, who should he run into but the defendant Waki Kataki?
I question your logic.
What's this, Prosecutor Gavin?
The park is a dead end. Why would he head in that direction to begin with? That's right, he had no reason to go there. Oh, now I get it. It was a trick. That spoiled brat made him do it. He made the doctor steal the stand.
Tell me, why would someone go to a dead end? Unless the park was his destination.
What?
Apparently the defense has an idea. Tell us where Dr. Maractus was heading with the stand. Here, please, show us the diagram. To where exactly was the victim dragging the stand?
Oh, is this a river?
There's a river.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. I scarcely need to know why.
A perfect place to dispose of a body. He was going to throw me in that river. He didn't have many other options, Fraulein.
I believe this clears up all of the remaining questions. The victim pulling the stand and the defendant before him. And inside the stand, you, Miss Alita Tiala. And then, the denouement. Wesley Stickler of panty-snatching fame walks up. Seeing the two men, he shouts in that instant.
So I shot him.
You were the one who could have stolen Waki's pistol. It has to be you. Well, Mr. Tiala?
Nice work.
You mean I'm right?
I mean, you've done a fine job dreaming up a story. To get that spoiled brat off the hook. You're the one who's dreaming. Polo's backed up everything he said with facts. If you're so sure he's making it up, give us another reason. Why was Dr. Maractus pulling that stamp through the park? Who knows? Maybe there's one gaping hole in your logic. I think Mr. Gavin knows whereof I speak.
Whereof I speak? Can't believe she's still trying to deny this. Is this true, Prosecutor Gavin?
Must I always be the one to point out her forehead's errors? Let me guess, the car. Oh, now that I think about it, didn't Gavin have a problem with his motorbike? Was that meant to be a hint? something about the exhaust pipe. Maybe the car didn't run because of the exhaust pipe having something in it, and so he just figured it was broken, so he used a noodle stand? Maybe? I believe Forlane speaks of Herr Doctor's car.
His car?
That's right, the Maractus Clinic has that big garage.
In which sat a green sports car, was it?
Why would he steal the stand in the first place? If he wanted to carry a body, he would have used his car.
Ugh.
And so we found our victim without probable cause to steal the stand. And our defense without a case. I have an idea. You know that green car? I bet it wouldn't run, it was broken. What an excellent counter-argument, Fraulein. Too bad you're quite wrong.
Huh?
Don't tell me you've forgotten what happened to your daddy. Daddy?
That's right. That night, the car that hit Mr. Wright was that green sports car. Oh yes, I nearly forgot.
Afterwards, you drove it back to the garage. You ran fine. That's right. So why didn't he use his beloved sports car,
Ugh.
A glaring contradiction, to be sure. More glaring than your forehead.
No. No! Order, order, order! Well, Mr. Justice, why didn't Dr. Maractus use his car to carry the body?
Is that a groan of surrender? Some advice. Now's a good time to review all you know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days.
Everything I've learned. Mr. Justice, the contradiction casts doubt on your entire case. Truly your last chance. The defense will explain to us what happened that night. The car didn't run. I have an idea. It's all coming together. That night, Dr. Maractus couldn't use his car.
And now you're even making even less sense than usual.
Not according to my information, Miss Tiala. Put 1 and 1 together and the explanation is simple. If it's so simple, perhaps you can show us some evidence. Show us proof why the car wouldn't run. It's these, right? They were in the tailpipe. Let's see now. Panties again! We can't run this route without any panties.
All sorts of things come out of my panties. Even the truth.
Another crime was committed the night of the murder. The theft of these panties. The latest in a string of similar thefts, actually. But that night, the snatcher was caught in the act. A brave young girl chased the thief until he hid. In the Maractus Clinic garage.
What?
The snatcher hid the panties there before running. Perhaps someone in this cult remembers where he hid them. Why, weren't they found in the car's exhaust pipe? Exactly. By the way, I learned something yesterday. A very important piece of information. And I learned it from you, Prosecutor Gavin.
So you were here investigating. And I was on my way home, when my hog gave up the ghost.
Your hog?
My motorcycle won't start a clogged exhaust pipe. Too bad, it looks like such a nice bike, too. Hard to believe that it could break just from that. 'Cause motorbikes, they're all clog the exhaust and they won't run. My, how interesting.
While Miss Tiala and the doctor were struggling, the panty snatcher snuck into the Maractus garage. From that time until the time we found these, that car wouldn't start.
What? That's why Dr. Maractus had to use the noodle stand. It was the next closest thing he could think of.
What's this time? Well, Miss Tiala, this wraps up your doubts of quite nicely, I think.
So it does. Where am I? So dark, can't see, cramped. The pain, my throat's burning.
What's your problem? You, Doc, I know what you did.
Waki.
You lied to me, so you know what I'm going to do. I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, man. Well, wait, let me explain.
Fine, I'll give you your last request.
Listen, you're being tricked, but not how you think. It's not just me.
No! He'll ruin everything. I have to stop him. Seize the wands, you two!
Oh boy.
Funny, this isn't the way it was supposed to turn out. Oh well, too bad.
There's still one mystery. How did you manage to disappear from that stand?
In silence after the shot, I heard the witness running. I believe we heard as much from Wesley Sticker. He went to use a public phone to inform the police. Which is when I made my escape.
Which is when you left that slipper print.
Dr. Apprentice didn't bother taking my slips off. I threw them out after I stepped in that paint, though.
That was your mistake.
No, my biggest mistake was coming to you for help, Mr. Justice. I believed in you. You and your anything agency. If anyone would get Walkie declared guilty, it was you.
I'm an attorney. I believe we've reached a conclusion of sorts. Prosecutor Gavin, how is Miss Alita Tiala doing? Yeah, okay. I'm an attorney, not a prosecutor, goddammit.
She's confessed to everything. We're processing her arrest now. Prosecutor Gavin sure seems calm for someone who just lost.
I think he already knew. He figured out she was a killer a while ago.
Some advice. Now's a good time to reveal all you know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days.
He lost, but he didn't exactly win either.
Something the matter, hair forehead?
Looks like it's time to announce a verdict. Court is adjourned.
June 17, 4:12 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Great work, Apollo, you did it!
Yeah, we did it somehow.
Walkie's off the hook. Free to become the gangster he's always wanted. And he has to think.
Hey, attorney man.
You gotta pay for what you did to my Alita, Holmes. Or to blame, I guess. You give me Alita back. Stupid pointy-head attorney with a death wish.
Enough, Walkie. It's Big Dad? Yeah. Big Daddy. Oh, Mr. Kataki. It's high time you opened your eyes, Walkie.
What do you know, old man? I think it's about time you open yours. Giving up on life trying to become some kind of businessman?
Don't talk about what you don't understand, Walkie.
I'm afraid that God is going to throw them both out.
Not in jail, wouldn't that be a happy ending?
Hey, maybe we can help them out. We know why Mr. Kataki needs to make so much money. Maybe we should tell Walkie. Oh, Walkie, Polo has something to tell you.
Huh? I do? Way to put me on the spot.
And was it? Show him the reason why, Polo. Why is Mr. Kataki trying to become a businessman?
This? No? Maybe?
Or is it this? Oh, does he know about this?
Bullet lodged in near heart.
Did he know about this?
Think about it, Walkie. Think about your condition. I talked with your mother, Little Plum, yesterday.
It pains, but we know need a lot of money now. Clean money, that is. Oh.
She doesn't mean...
You aren't really, are you?
I searched the globe, and I found one. A doctor who can take that bullet out of you, Walkie. But it's an expensive procedure.
Man, but you got plenty of money already, don't you?
I won't use it. It was the gangster life that did this to you, Walkie. I want to help you, and I want to do it clean.
Oh, those are his eyebrows. I thought it was like dark eyes, as in hollow.
Please understand, Walkie.
Dad. Man, I see how it is, old man. Always you looking out. Walkie, listen good, old man. One day, I'm gonna take you out, then we'll see who's the OG. You try to hide in your business suit, I'll find you. Stupid old geezer. Hey, Wacky!
No, it is as it should be. Mr. Kataki, I liked him more without the puppy dog eyes. I'm glad to have met you. I'm not so good with words. But I know a professional job when I see one. Thank you.
Who, me? I don't think.
Someday, I'll bake you one of our latest, the Kataki Lime Pie.
So opening a pie shop?
So long.
And he was gone. Well, let's head back, Apollo. To the Red Anything Agency.
Hey, since when do I work at your agency?
Oh, we make a good team. Don't just stand there, let's get going.
Huh? Why not? She did help me out. And there's a few questions that still need answers. Like this power of mine that she showed me. And my bracelet. Where did I get that bracelet? Did I have that from the start of the game? If anything can help me figure it out, it's her. Though I can't say I care much for what her father has become.
Oh, that's right, we have to go someplace first.
Oh, where?
Why, to claim our reward for Mr. Odin.
Oh, salty noodles, right? He got his stand back already.
Oh, and after, you can come see my show. With a special appearance by the amazing Mr. Hat.
Oh, it's special, alright. Please, anything but him. I love Mr. Hat. The end. There it is.
Episode 2 done.
Turnabout Serenade. Serenade, eh? Interesting. Alright, well, I'm going to end this here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Probably going to make this one episode since it's the ending of the second case. So yeah, otherwise I am going to go for now, and I will talk to you guys later. See ya.